Hey guys, it's Mama Bear Gina here. So I am going to do a quick newborn FYI for the new mamas out there. So I've experienced something this time around. This is my third baby. I just had my third baby, and Sean, you guys have seen her in other videos. I experienced a condition called thrush that is very common, with babies. It presents itself with a white substance but you can't rub it off in the baby's mouth. And for me, it presented itself in my nipples. Yes, you can get thrush in your nipples. I never heard of any such thing, but it is very common, and they do treat it with an antifungal medicine that can be prescribed to you from your doctor. So the first time I was noticing that something was going on with my breast, but when I would speak to her doctor, they would recommend that I speak to the lactation counselor. Spoke to the lactation counselor. She thought maybe it was a latching issue, but when she saw her latch, she said, no, her latch is perfect. Just keep an eye out for what could possibly be like a yeast infection, she called it. And I was like, oh, yeast infection in my boobs? And she was like, yeah, you can get a yeast infection in your boobs, which is thrush. Thrush is like a yeast infection. So when we noticed it, it was about that when we noticed that that's what I was having, when we noticed that's what was going on with my breast, I took Sean on her appointment. Because if you guys, let's just back up. Sean was born 5 weeks early. She came a little bit early, like a whole month earlier than she was due. And there's a test that they run on moms who are about 37 weeks pregnant. It's like a strep test. They check to see if you have this strep virus, or I'm not sure what it's called, but they check to see if you have it, because if you have it during your delivery, they will treat you with an antibiotic. I don't know the real details, but I'm sure you can find out more about it. But because she came at 35 weeks, I hadn't taken the test yet. So they decided to treat me while testing me. It didn't make any sense to me now, but they told me it was for the safety of the baby. So I said yes. Now, the reason why I said all that is because if you ever had a yeast infection, chances are you took an antibiotic and you got a yeast infection. And that's common. It's a common reaction to an antibiotic. And I've had that happen in the past too. Not all antibiotics do it, but some do. So like I said, I took the, and they gave me the antibiotic during delivery. And I was in pain. So I was like, yeah, whatever you have to do, whatever. As long as you don't got to stick your hand inside of me, because I wasn't about that this life. And you can refuse that, just for you moms who are, still pregnant. You don't have to have as many vaginal checks. It just makes you uncomfortable, and it tightens up the uterus. I'll talk more about my calm birth experience, but that's something you can definitely refuse. And I let them do like one here and there, but I really just focused on my delivery, bringing my baby into the world, calm and relaxed. It really went really well for me. I'll tell you more about that story in another video. But back to the thrush, finding out more about it. So I took the antibiotic. The thrush was probably there from the beginning, but my breast really got really sore. It really started to get really sore. So I said something to her doctor at her weigh-in visit, because they did a lot of visits from like 2 weeks to 6 weeks, checking her weight, making sure she was gaining weight, which, as you guys can see, she has no problem with that. She's a chunky little girl. So yeah, So during a weight visit, when they were saying everything is perfect, yeah, she's got a little bit of thrush, let's treat that. And I was like, oh, could that be why my boobs are killing me? And the doctor was like, yeah, you know what? He prescribed nystatin to put on the top of my breast, and he gave Sean nystatin in a liquid form that I gave her 4 times a day, and I put the nystatin on my breast a few times a day. Now, the nipples weren't working for me. My boobs were killing me. Now that I knew what it was, it's something about when you know what's wrong, it's like it goes from here to here. So it was really bad. So I called my OBG doctor, GYN, and they prescribed me diflucan. The diflucan cleared it up. My breast felt so much better just in like 2 days, like so much better. I finished that dosage. I gave Sean all of hers. Hers was clearing up, but then I noticed it was back within it cleared up after the 14 days, but then I noticed it was back like in the 3rd week. Now, the reason why I think it came back is because there is a protocol to cleaning all things that go in her mouth and your clothes. And I didn't research it enough, and I didn't do well. So pacifiers, whatever. I think that's why it represented itself. But so anyway, she got the thrush again. We gave her the dosage of nystatin again, and it started to clear up. I noticed the thrush was back to me, and I was on vacation. So I called in. They called in the diflucan. I went and picked it up, took the diflucan. It just didn't take care of it. And I'm in New York now, right? And my breasts are killing me. I couldn't even really enjoy my vacation. I had to call my doctor. They had to send a script to Walmart. Walmart had to send a script to Walmart in New York. It was a whole lot of. But they sent in something for me to rub on my breast, which is something that they actually give vaginally. You can also put it on your breast. And that one did the trick. I have not had any issues. Well, I did recently. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. I knew about the cleaning process, but I cleaned everything that needed to be cleaned, and like I said, we all were good. Now, Halloween, we went out trick-or-treating at a friend's. I lost her pacifier. I knew there was a second one somewhere in the house. When I found it underneath my bed, I rinsed that thing off real quick and I stuck it in her mouth. Like, I was just relieved to have a pacifier. But 2-3 days later, my breast started hurting on this one side, like something that I remember from the time when I was in New York, like something was pulling. Now this presents itself with burning pain in your breast, like not like the same pain that you get when you nurse. It's like your boob feels like someone's stabbing you inside, and it's burning, and it doesn't come and go. It stays. Like it's really uncomfortable. So I took that handy dandy cream that they had sent me, because there was a lot in it, and I put it on for a few days, and yeah, it treated it again. I mean, right now what happens is the baby and I will keep passing it back and forth to each other. Hers doesn't seem like it's present itself strong, but it could be because I'm treating myself. Maybe she's getting some of that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I think she might be getting some of that because she doesn't have like those white patches that I was telling you guys about. So I think we're good right now, but it's just something I wanted to come and tell you new mommies or moms who are pregnant now and you have other kids. This is something that can happen. If your breasts are bothering you, call your OBGYN. And I'm not talking about that normal soreness, just tenderness because they're sucking on it and they could be latching wrong and just, the new usage. I'm talking about that. If you get a burning, stabbing pain in your breast and behind your nipple, you might have thrush, and treating it is so easy. I mean, I'm sure there's some holistic ways to treat it, but there is a script that you can take and it does give relief pretty quickly. Well, I guess that's all about my experience with thrush that I can share. But if you guys have any other questions, maybe I left something out and you want to ask me, you can just drop it down in the comment section, and I can send you guys some links that I had watched about thrush, and maybe you can get more information about it. But all in all, we're better. Sean's good. I'm good. So if you like this content, leave a like, Comment down below anything that you want to share with me if you've ever experienced thrush. If you're enjoying the content on my channel, subscribe so you can get notified when we're releasing new content. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.